Let's see what we were doing yesterday. I actually have this still pulled up, so actually what about So problems with struct TM and habit C. Oh yeah, definitely also had the fan of 0. So where was I at? This is habit C. I think it was the date arithmetic stuff. Here. I do think I'm experiencing an issue with freeing this memory. So I have some different tests here, test files, and I have the scratch, which we'll be reading. Pretty much the scratch file is the beginnings of what the dashboard will be for showing the names of every habit somebody has created and also their current streak with that, and past as well. But I'm experiencing some something amiss. Something is awry. Now, what exactly it is? What's up, Clearwater? What exactly is happening is a matter of debate, and a matter that warrants some further exploration here. So, as it stands, well, actually, there's a couple issues. Well, you know what? Whoa. I didn't even consult my notebook. I jumped right into this. So, hold on a minute. Where is it? I consult the notebook and also the pencil. So, I think I'm gonna sneeze. So what are we leave off? Let's see. So I changed the header message. That's old. Made significant progress on date arithmetic in habit.c, which is true. Significant progress was made with some bugs, which is also true. Dashboard can be made. This is a bold claim for me because as it stands right now, there are still bugs in the logic or the composition of the functions themselves. Here, I do believe this option is the one that will turn out to be true. Note that struct TM date will need to be freed after usage. However, I think I was freeing it. Here, somewhere, was I? Oh no, I was freeing it in here. Is that even legal? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is a correct move or one that can be made. But okay, so what's today? Today is July 10. I also wrote in my notebook here some other kind of projects I would like to address before the semester starts up again. I'm using a plugin or kitty for the cursor dash. I just have the smear cursor. Yeah, I just have the smear cursor. I also have some options here to make the cursor blink. I mean, vanilla NeoVim doesn't blink like that. So I think it's there. But yeah, just some smear cursor. Anyway, I had some projects. I have some things I want to do on my website. I'm also interested in making an encrypted journal in C. I think that would be really cool. But I'm really hoping to have this, at least like a working version of this project by the end of next week, I would hope. I mean, I don't know, it's already kind of taken me longer than I thought, to be completely honest. Yeah, no problem, Cleavor. I really like the smear cursor. It's made programming like just that much more fun, to be honest. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but it's so cool. So yeah, I think after this, I'm either going to work on the website, which has been sitting neglected for about 2 months now, or the encrypted journal in C. I'm not sure. Honestly, after doing this project, I'll probably shift over to the website for a while because it's so much fun to do some quick and sloppy hey yo sort of like personal web development. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty fun. My next project is going to be HTTP proxy in C. That's really cool. When you get around to doing that, you should share it. Okay, so it is July 10th. And what that means is it's another day of working on this project. Project which is very important to me because I use another version, as I have mentioned many times over, of a project like this that I wrote probably a year ago, and I use it every day. So I do have some skin in the game as far as the design of this goes, because I would like to also use it myself. But I think it'd be cool if others maybe could find a sort of use for it. So what do I need to address? I need to address, well, let's just write it like a to-do. Also, I think at some point it'd be cool to get like I would like to be able to kind of show the notebook, but whatever, we'll do that later. So to do, we need to fix that, fix the, I don't even really know how to describe these problems here. Like this, well, let's just say dashboard logic. We can say fix dashboard logic, because there's multiple things wrong here in this output. So, for example, as the as the struct iterates through the directory, you can see that it will first read these. I mean, they're not files. I'm not even sure what you would call these things, but it's like, for example, if I were to, let's say invent here. So you have these first entries here. So, I mean, this is just a dot file, but you have the, it says you can go out. To be honest, I'm not really sure what you would call these, but oh yeah, I'll definitely post it in Clear. As a matter of fact, I think I'll make the repository public sometime soon. I've just had it private on my GitHub this whole time, but the one that I use every day is very, I mean, it's tailored to me because I wrote it for myself. So with this one, I'm really prioritizing ease of use, portability. This is why I added some Windows compatibility, etc. I just want it to be easier to use. Mine is kind of a pain. So, but yeah, I do think it's actually really cool to have that, and I think it helps with some discipline if somebody is looking for that. Okay. So anyway, so it's capturing these two, which is honestly, I could just ignore that pretty easily here, but nonetheless, it is, you know, technically some unintended behavior. And then we have the glaring issues here. So these values are extremely off, and they look like garbage values. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the arithmetic, because I did have some things wrong with the arithmetic, the date difference arithmetic, and I believe I fixed that. Here. So I believe I fixed that. I don't think there's any flaw in the actual arithmetic, because the problem was I was not subtracting 1 from this month value, which is what you need to do, because the struct member, as we saw yesterday, will index months from 0 to 11. So we changed that, and it should be fine. I think there's something happening. I just think there's something happening with this, or here. I'm not extremely experienced with memory management in C, so I would point to this as the most likely point of fault. Have I been working on this project for a while? I think this is the 15th stream, and I've been streaming pretty much every day. I mean, I had like a 5-day break, I think, at one point, but 15 streams ranging from an hour to, at the top of the range, 3 hours. So, I mean, it's at least around 30 hours I've been working on this, which, if I gotta be honest, it's more than I thought this would take, but it's been very fun for me, and I've learned quite a bit along the way here. So I'm not necessarily in a rush to finish this, but I do think realistically it could be done by the end of next week. Fix dashboard logic and implement the dashboard successfully are the two goals. Implement dashboard. I also do know that I think I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, yesterday I discovered I still have a bug in the input for the menu options. I think the standard in stream is still not being flushed properly, which is an issue I had in the past. However, I thought I had fixed it, but I have changed some of the functions, and yeah, I do believe I have now reintroduced a bug regarding the standard input stream. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, after that sneeze, I actually need to blow my nose, so I will be right back very, very quickly. Okay, let's just try to fix this. I admit I'm pretty at a loss for this right now, where it could actually be coming from. Okay, so I'm reading the files. Okay, wait a minute. So here, get reference, maybe, I don't know. Get reference date is where I am creating, allocating memory for this thing. So, which is being called from within get current. Maybe this is something I could address. For example, I could try to, what is this, get current, just takes path again. That's kind of, okay, so what if I said, I'm gonna try something here. I'm going to try also, am I here? Clear code. Okay, so what if, so this will take a path, and now what if so this, it'll also take a habit string, or habit struct. And so I can put that here. Okay. So then I don't need to do this. I just don't need to do this. So if h is null, horizontal. Basically, we need to now, I guess for we could just name this times 0. Okay, so times 0 is null. And this could remain the same. Yeah, so there's that. So it doesn't need to be freed here at this point, I don't think. So let's take that out. We won't free it here. What's up, Spooky Kurdish? I'm thinking you could also... no. I was thinking you can also pass a time t object into here. Or, data type. I could pass in this to this here. What is that editor? This is NeoVim. But what if this works though? I mean, I'm just wondering. So that means here. I mean, essentially I could put this in every time. You just need to, well, I mean. So I could put this here and get reference date. Okay. So then I would need to say this is pretty interesting actually. Yeah, t times 0, we could just call it times 0. It just looks weird. Times 0 is get ref. Hey, I just saw that cut. What the heck's going on? Hold on. I just saw that cut. I hate it when that happens. What time is it for me? It is 6:20 p.m. And get reference date, the path would be, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. This is the full path. Returns this. Wait a minute. This returns form so ridiculous right now. This is returning a TM, dude. This is returning broken down time. I'm out here doing tab. Oh my goodness. TM times 0. This is times 0. So this is get reference date from habit then path. Okay. This is get a current streak from because this has to be done dynamically to be as portable as possible. Sorry for so many questions. I don't know. See, I have. Trust me, Spooky Kurdish. I don't know what I'm doing either, man. You could always ask anything you want. Alright. So get. So here's this, and then this returns the integer. So I close the pointer here. Now this will need to be freed. Date. So if I am using a malloc or a struct tm in a function, and I return this pointer, when will freeing that return variable be proper? Not sure. This memory management stuff is. It should, because it's returning. This is returning this pointer. So it's just a single entity. I can then free that entity later. So I get it here. It's created within the get ref date. It's returned back to me as times 0. It can be used here. Times 0 will be used here. And then I can free it. Free times 0. This should work. Now, I wonder if there's some initialization problems happening here. Because this is a struct, and I think I'm only filling, for example, here. So if we look at, geez, I'm running out of space. If we look at, so man TM, you can see this struct has a lot of different members. Right? I'm not sure if it's a problem for me to only fill these. I'm only filling these. Everything else is blank. This is what I don't know. And this is what ultimately I will find out through trial and error. Struct TM date, malloc size of struct TM. Fair enough. Get ref date. Main file rating. While this is not null, I'm essentially seeking to find the date, and once I find the date, I will then fill my. Oh hey, you know what? Why am I initializing these things twice? Let me initialize these things upstairs, as they would say. I can declare these up here. So I can declare these here, and I don't have to do this twice. So then that happens. I think in a perfect world I would also try to not duplicate this, but whatever. I'm just still trying to get it to work right now. Okay, so then I'm filling my year, month, day, and then I'm just assigning the struct TM members to the years, or to the values that I have retrieved as the appropriate dates. Okay, I close my pointer, I return my pointer. Okay, and then here, this is wrong. Struct TM times 0. struct tm times 0. So this is literally doing exactly what it should, right? This function will return the current streak for a given habit. This is what it should do. So I'm going to give it the path. I'm going to give it the time 0. Now, why is path needed actually? It's not. Path is no longer needed. So we'll get rid of this. We don't need path in there. We do not need that. We just need to pass the reference time. Because all this does is perform one operation. It's just subtraction. Now what I should do is, this little step here of making the tm struct a time t data type is whatever, and then here's time 1. Time 1 is just time. Where am I at? So get time in seconds. Returns the time as the number of seconds since the epoch. So that's what this is doing as well. Alright, so make time will, let's see, where's the epoch? Yeah, as a specified. Okay, so that's what it does. Yeah, returns the calendar time seconds as epoch. It expresses time t. Okay, this is all checking out, it seems like. So then we have our difference, diff time. Calculate time difference. Correct number of seconds elapsed returns the number of seconds elapsed between time 1 and time 0, represented as a double. Each time is a count of seconds. Okay. This is fine. So def time is the b minus a, except that the result does not overflow, which I don't really know what they mean by that, to be honest. It does not overflow. And is rounded to a double. And that's simple too. So this is all correct. Right? And then we convert this because we're getting just a difference in actual seconds. You know, which we don't. It isn't really the most useful thing to us. So all we're going to do is convert the seconds into days. And then we return current. So that's everything that's happening. So while we're reading the files, blah, 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 we're getting current. We're making a full path. We're getting a date from path. And then, yeah, not path here. We're getting from time 0. Free. Okay. Print the current. And get best. So here -1 is sentinel value. Buffer. Open path. Yeah, so while while it's reading lines, I'm looking for the instance where it has read the best line, the line containing the best value. Once that's happened, I just reformat this, oh wait, into best. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, yeah, here, okay. I was looking at buffer, I was like confused. Yeah, so then I take the integer, which comes after that, and I place it into the address here. And then I return best. If for some reason best is never encountered, then in this scenario, -1 will be returned because best is still returned, but it'll be -1, which is essentially, it would be like an error. Because it will never happen that it has a best of -1. Never in a typical situation. Okay, so this should work. I mean, what's going on? This should work. Famous last words. So let's just try it again. I'll make sure everything is. Make sure it's all saved. Oops. Make sure this is saved. Okay. Let's try it. Why? Something is interesting is happening. I wonder if I have to initialize all members of struct. Yikes. Oh no, it's for struct. Well, that kind of sucks. The memory is not initialized. The memory is not initialized. Darn it. What the freak is happening? Looks like we gotta do some print debugging. do I go? This song is freaking sick. It is. Oops. That. How about that? Year. Month. Day. How about this? Is this gonna do anything? We'll find out. Yes! It's freaking wrong. Oh wait, well this makes sense because these two are wrong. These two are wrong. Ignore these ones. This is... Dude, I gotta fix the freaking directory because it's like treading through a bunch of bullcrap. Okay, but this is actually working though. You see this? Yeah, this is working, but and then it says current. Minus 16,000. Gotta be honest with you. I do not think minus 16,000 is correct. I don't think it's correct. I don't know why those dang things are there. Okay. Black Horizon. Good evening. How you doing? Nice to see you again. Oh, wait a minute. If this is... Oh, I can actually just... I can just change this on my... Here. Whoops. I can change this here. Still thought I should shop fixing. Fixing YK. Wait, what are you fixing? to cast a spell. If D-E, D-name. If D-E, D-name is equal to this, or D-E, D-name is equal to this, we will continue. Carry work out. This should work. Watch this. Huh? Comparison of string literal. Oh, dang it. I have to, What is that? What is that function? It's, is it this one? Compare two strings. That's a freaking boom. Return an integer less than, equal to, or greater than 0. What? Mostly phones, the sentence we get the HDMI PlayStation broken port. Interesting. The broken PlayStation port. FDE name. I think it's this function here. It's just like the way that it's. Maybe I'm just like dumb. Wait, the sign return integer less than or greater than 0 if S1 is found. What? Maybe it could be less than to match. You know what? Alright, game. I don't need your documentation. I'm just gonna guess. So F was a stir comp. This D name, blah blah. And this is 0. Or oops. Or the same thing here. Dang it. I just put that right in the middle of this. Yep. So this, if it's this or this, continue. Alright, tell me that's wrong. Totally drank all of my Fanta Zero. Darn. Recycle me. That's what this thing says. Phenylalanine. I think that's flammable. I'm not sure though. Okay. Well, there's nothing about this Fanta Zero Sugar can that gives me hints to make my program work. It's unfortunate. But it does have 70 milligrams of potassium. Alright, let's see this. Make. Did I fix it? I forget. Oh, your horses. Hey, what the heck happened? Is it working? Wait, what's going on here? Test 2 from Giver. Current 31. This is correct. This is correct. Do I go to college, Clearwater? Yes, I'm currently doing a master's in computer science. This is correct. Best 0. The habit test 3.txt. I forget what this is. Okay, so this is a year. Current. Yes, there's something going on. What's up, Rage TV 12? Hope you're having a good evening. Something's going on here. It works. Honestly, yeah, we gotta thank the Fantacan for the first iteration working. There's something going on. Wait a minute. Let me try something. I'm gonna try something. I feel like if I do not initialize current with this function, and I instead initialize it elsewhere. I mean, does this make sense? I'm not sure. I mean, dude, don't ask me. But I think this might work. Let's try it. Huh? It did not work. Okay. What's going on? Something's happening with current. It works for the first time. It works till here. And then I free, but that shouldn't matter. It's just an integer. And then, well, best is always 0. You know, maybe I should test some of that as well. Maybe I should test some of the best. So like for this 25 one, so for test 3, I'll just make best like friggin' 20. And then try this. Did that not work either? No, it did. So that got that really easily. Can I zoom a little bit, please? Unfortunately, I do not have an easy way to zoom. You can zoom on YouTube, I think. Do Control Plus. Is college actually worth? I'm still in high school. Man, it all depends on what you want, I guess. I mean, I think college for me personally, especially, I mean, I just started graduate school, so I don't have like a ton of experience there, but for my undergraduate experience, most of my most valuable experiences in college were like outside of the classroom. I know that sounds really cliche or whatever, but it's just true. I mean, I just grew a lot as a person throughout my undergraduate program, and I exposed myself to a lot of new things and to just like professionals and different fields. It was exciting. I mean, it was one of the most exciting times of my life because I just put myself out there and talked with new people all the time, and talked with professors outside of the sciences, outside of this or that, and within the sciences, within different sciences, within, you know, biology, chemistry, and yeah, got involved on campus with different organizations and student government. So those are the best times for me. It was cool to read some stuff and to learn some things, but yeah. Something's happening with this. Why? What is, you know, like, dude, freaking. This right here, it's like, why? Why is current filled with garbage? I'm not sure why it would be filled with garbage, to be honest. I mean, we already looked at the thing. I don't see how this. I mean, let's see how this does anything unexpected. I am 28. I turned 28 in March. So what is this? I guess I should probably close the file here. I mean, this is foolproof. This is literally doing one thing. Mostly to get past the AI resume scanners. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely there's cases for it and against it. Because of the path? This is an interesting point. That I was younger, like 23, 24. Yeah, I mean... I guess there's a lot of people that are like bald and stuff by 28, so... Okay, Mohammed, how would I fully reinitialize this? This is an interesting thought, and this could seriously be a problem. Not a expert. I think there's more advanced ways to do that. Yeah, I honestly think you're right. Whenever I wrote this, I was wondering if this would be a problem here. But I didn't think it would be, because I thought just every single time it would be reinitialized. And also, I can't, like, I don't know, can I just clear it out of memory? Because I didn't allocate it. You know, technically. So I just don't know how it works. I'm trying to do it though. Because it works the first time. And then it's... How to... Like, does it just read it? Well, if I define it outside of the loop, it's just going to keep... If I define it outside of the loop, it's just going to keep adding names onto the end of it, and then it'll definitely overflow. Okay, let's just add it. Let's just see what happens if I just make it freaking way bigger. Huh? No. It's still messed up. Why? Why? Why are you like that? Why? This is freed. And it's not this. It probably is something to do with this. To be honest. Yo, what's going on? I have a feeling it's something to do with this TM thing too. Wait. No, I forget. Wait a minute. Where's this? This is a better way to clean and format a string. It's actually funny because it's like literally what's what I'm doing here. And just have it see. I think it's for something else. Yeah, I mean it's literally what I'm doing here. Let me try this. Man, I just wouldn't think that it would cause it to be, you know. I still thought the other way would be okay. Yeah, smprintf. I mean, there's a lot of functions in this project that I've used that I hadn't heard of until this project. It's pretty cool. I mean, most of them having to do with strings in C, because I mean, geez. Oh wait, but this isn't, well, I mean, I guess this would still work, yeah. Still something crazy, but best is left fine. It works. Path undeclared. Where? What? Path. Oh, file. Oops. What? Get best. Dang it. That is giving me a ton of warnings. Maybe I should listen to the warnings every once in a while. Still, dude. I mean, even if I make it not this, and like I said, if I made it like 500, it's gonna do the same thing. Yeah, it's not nothing to do with it. Why is that happening? Why is current being... Let's see. Let's investigate. Let's investigate within the function. From get current, new line current, or I guess I can, that'd be a little bit confusing. 31. Okay, so it's bad here. It's bad. I mean, the output's really kind of messed up, but you get the idea. It's messed up even from... Oh, wait. I'm also defining it in here, too. Hold on, guys. What if that has something to do with it? There's no way, though, right? I don't care. Let's try it. I mean, I've been fooling around this forever. Yeah, it's been giving me those warnings for a while. It's like definitely valid, but all of my, like for example, yeah, maybe truncated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's fine if it's truncated. Yeah, so the SM printf output between 6 and 261 bytes into a size of 24, but this is never going to be that. I mean, I know in this case, for example, what these files are. I mean, these are literally what's being put in there. So these are not exceeding that. So what else? Inhabit, destructive, maybe truncated. Okay, truncated is fine. So far, it's never. That's not an issue right now. Output, same thing, 10 to 33. Oh, that's interesting. Why is this? Oh, because it says path. Okay. It says 24. Again. So I should definitely. What do I have it? Maybe truncated. It's still reading the files though. We can see it here. It's reading them fine. Everything's being read. Output between 6 into a destination. The destination being file, which is used to read this. It should be fine. Let's see. So I think I probably did something over here that will have no effect, but we'll try it. So initialize current. Okay. And then I'm casting here. Okay. Watch this. Okay. If this makes it work, I'm just saying, if this makes it work, I may be a genius. We'll see. If this doesn't work, then I am certified not a genius. Let's try this. Oh man, certified not a genius, dude. Why? It
Works the first time, dude. It works. And then it just stops. And then it just stops. Dude, can I freaking manually free an integer? What's going on? There's just no way. There's no way that's it, man. Okay, hold on one second. I'll be back in a second. Can you show get ref date? Oh, I'll show you. I'm about a BRB, but you can look at this. Whoa. Is that right there? I mean, this function is big. I feel like there's definitely room for something to go wrong here. Especially with this. This could be causing memory problems because of how big it is. But from what I read, what's up, Rainsmet? From what I read, if I don't initialize everything, then it doesn't, basically what I don't allocate doesn't get initialized is what I read. So the fact that I am, you can see here, I'm assigning just 3 of the members. So you'd think the rest of these wouldn't matter, but at the same time, I am still actually allocating memory for the entire size. So for the entire struct. So technically speaking, you would think the memory to store all of these members is being allocated. So maybe I wonder if there's a way that I can just allocate enough memory for these 3 things. I'm not sure. But I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. I do think that's the problem. I think that's it. If date obj has other fields, I don't know how C treats them. And this is important when you're using malloc besides of. Mohammed, I do agree with this. I think this is probably the problem. I think you're correct. Now, you do need to separately allocate memory for pointers in a struct. The problem is, I'm not sure how I can... This struct is so big. Why does it have to be so big? I just need the 3 fields. Hey, you know what though? What if I didn't return the pointer to the structure at all? Because think about it like this. Well, think about it like this actually. So why do I do this period? I do this because I need to have this string or these, whatever. I need to have this date. The actual struct doesn't matter to me. I don't need the struct for anything else. Now, I technically need it for this function. mkTime will takes the argument of this. It takes a struct tm argument. Okay? But maybe I could just do that here. I don't know. I'm not sure if that would change anything. If I did this here and then straight up just like here, used mkTime, that would just give me seconds. And if that's the case, I could literally return, I mean, I think it's an integer. I could free it then and there, this. I could free it from within here. And I could just return these things. I could return year, month, day. Or no, I could return like the seconds. Because that's what this uses. Honestly, then this function is just diff time. Or this function is just this. But as it stands now, I'm freeing this separately. You'd still think it wouldn't matter, though. I still think it wouldn't matter. But it's also being freed after this. I'm not sure. What if I do that, though? What if I do that? I'm not even sitting in my chair right now. What is this? Dude, frickin' man Malik, dude. I don't even care. Allocate and free dynamic memory. Size T size. What is calc? I've never heard of some of these things. Reallocate size bytes and returns a pointer to the memory. Oh. The memory is not initialized. You see what I'm saying here? No, Rhinesman, I'm not freeing it twice. I'm freeing it just one time. But here's the thing, though. The memory is not initialized. Does Malik allocate fresh memory? As a matter of fact, well, we have to ask ourselves, what is fresh memory? What is fresh memory? Memory always has garbage values in it. You know, I mean, obviously, Malik isn't going to give you memory that's already being used currently in your virtual space. But what is fresh memory? I mean, it's just calc. I've never even seen this. I just saw this like yesterday. Allocates memory for an array of n elements of size bytes. What? And returns blah, blah, blah. Memory set to 0. Memory set to 0. That's interesting. Memory set to 0 is interesting. By contrast, integer overflow would not be detected in the following column: Malik. Malik and time size. Okay, whatever. Changes the size of the memory block. Well, how do I free the... What do I mean, do I just free the same thing? Free. What?
Dude, I wanted for the frickin' C. Damn it. Why isn't that here? Is it 3? Okay. Yeah, Ryan's Matt. That's really good. That's a good point. I've never used Calyx, so like I'm all like nervous to try to use it. I don't know how to use it, but I think this could be a good place. You can use free for both. I'm just gonna try it. Do what's there to lose, dude. I mean, I've been dealing with this freaking same issue for like an hour. So, what am I doing? Oh, but regardless. Well, we could try this first. I mean, is it really just as simple as just switching out Malik for the Calic thing? We'll try. I'm not sure. Here it is. Boom, boom. All right. All right. About a C. About a C. You know, also, I'm wondering, do I say size of struct to him or do I just say size of date? You know? What if I just say size of date? Is it the same thing? You'd think it'd be the same thing. I don't know. Alright, let's see. CD scratch. Oh. Wait, too few arguments for function cal. Expected to have 1. Well, what the heck does it want for the other one? Size T, size, what? Size T and size T size. For an array of n elements of size bytes. Oh. I mean, what? How many elements do I need? Screw it. I'm saying 1 element. Screw it. I'm saying 1 element. Oh, yeah. Yes, the application is for, it's essentially like a motivation sort of program that will tell people how many days they have performed a habit they want to perform or how many days that they have avoided something they like to avoid. So it's something that I use personally, and I thought the one that I use is a lot rougher, and I thought it'd be cool to have a polished one. So let's see. What if I just say 1? Just classic 1. I'm just gonna say 1. See if it calls my bluff. Make. Well, the thing was, thank you, Ryan's Matt, thank you. The thing was, dude, see, this is how it works. The one I have, the one that I made a year or two ago, whatever, is, it's so personalized for me, and it works specifically for how I made it, because it's just running on my Raspberry Pi, which is always on. And every night at 11 p.m., I have a script that runs and increments everything. And so anytime I can SSH into my Raspberry Pi from wherever and see my dashboard. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it that way. But I'm like, wait a second. If this is something that is meant for other people to use, you can't do it that way. So this is why before I had all of the same sort of logic already made, and then I thought this is not really the best way to do it. So now this is why I'm dynamically calculating the amount of days at runtime essentially, and why it's so much harder right now. But yeah, it's not going to require cron or anything. It's just going to all be calculated at execution time. Let's see. I think this is a moment of truth. I just need to run this. Holy crap. Invalid pointer. Abort core dumped.
That's actually funnier than usual because usually I just get a segmentation fault. This time I got abort. That's really funny.
Dang it, dude. And what you guys know about abort? Wow, didn't think.
What? Where is Rhinesmet? Rhinesmet, you made it work. Rhinesmet made it work. Oh my gosh. Rhinesmet. It works. It works. Why? I don't know.
The Calic idea, dude. It worked.
What in the world?
Dude, I'm blown away right now. That freaking worked. Calic. 1, comma, size of, no parentheses, date. I gotta be honest. I thought you had to have parentheses in size of. Why this here works, I don't know. And why it doesn't work if I just put it in parentheses and say date, I don't know. I don't know, but dude. Whoops. Hey, hello, respond. Read them and weep. It freaking works. But if Calic worked, that means you were just trying to use memory and initializing it. If Calic worked, that means you were trying to use the memory without initializing it. Which makes no sense. Check this out. The problem was here, right? So here, I was getting my garbage values here. Now that would mean this. Yes. Okay. No. This is actually. I think you're definitely right. Because that means here, something wrong's happening here, and so therefore this difference is way off, dude. Dude, I can't lie. If you were not here and gave me this, I never would have used Calic. Or I don't know. I think I would have tried so many different approaches before even thinking about that. So, wow. That's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Let's get rid of this stuff. What's going on? Okay. Now time 0 is just It's just for the reference date. That's it. So that's freed after. One sec. Oh, yeah. I'm procrastinating on my work, which is in C, and watching you work. Dude, I think we're all guilty of this at times. It's actually kind of ironic and funny that we do stuff like that, but we're just humans. We're just humans. We're just humans who are drinking Canada Dry and also Fanta. Oh, yeah. The WM I'm working on just started working properly now for me too. I'm so glad to hear that, Kaliwar. It is an all-around amazing day. Okay, so let me get rid of my like print debugging I got going on here. That's it. You know, I actually do think this means that I could just still initialize this here and it'd be fine. Let me try that. Oh my gosh! Yes! Oh, dude, this commit is gonna feel so good. Yes, let's do it. Let's commit this right now. Dashboard. Prototype. Works. Smiley face. Haha. So freaking awesome. Okay. Well, I mean, it's about as ugly as sin, but you know, by the way, you gave one. What do you give for number? Yeah, exactly. For number of elements. So like, I was like, since it's just a pointer, I would think, yeah, it's one element. Right? And I was sitting here thinking, like, is it referring to like the number of like members of the struct or whatever? I don't know. I didn't know what it was referring to, so I just put one. Seems to work. Seems to work with just one. Okay, let's say. So we can put. don't think dashboard should go here. Thing is, I'm just putting everything in habit, but I mean, everything, these are all directly. I mean, then again, though, dashboard is kind of a sort of thing. These are all functions to make those things work, so maybe I can. Maybe I can just put dashboard in the menu. Just fixed the bug. It took me 2.5 hours to find. Dude, I tip my hat to you for having the patience to look through that stuff for 2.5 hours. Maybe I will just put it in here. So this allocated enough memory for one of each in the struct, plus some padding because memory is allocated for 4 to 8 byte chunks. Interesting. Look at this. Hey! Mahedi? I think you were in here yesterday. If so, what's up? And if you weren't, still, what's up? Alright, let's just put this in. This is a prototype, really. Because it still needs to be a little better. To be, I think, feasible. But, yes, like for example, this should just say like data path. That's not an editor command, okay? Like I'm just wondering, I have this in my, I have this. I have in my config a definition for the string, and what I'm wondering is if this gets treated like a string. Oh, well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I use the term string loosely in the context of C, but I wonder if like I could say fail, like instead of saying failed to open directory, I could say failed to open like data path. Failed to open. All right, Rise Matt. Have a good night. Nice to see you. Failed to open this. We can try to put this here, and then does that even work? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out that works. Failed to open. Failed to open. I never want to see it fail to open. Wait, I could probably just do this here too. See you later, Risebat. Let's see. Let me just try to do this like I did before. Whoops. Int current. Let's just do it there a bunch of times. Free, hyper important. Yeah, because this was working every time, so it should work. Okay. Oh yeah, a little drop in there. Oh yeah, I should also close. Oh, holy crap. I think I need to close a few different things here. Is it closed there? Oops, bro. Closed there. Okay, so it's closed and then it's there. Okay. that close that. Also, I would like to subtract the .txt off of these names. Not really sure how to do that though. Okay, so how about this? This should just be it. Dashboard, bro. Heck yeah. Should work. I wonder if this will work. It goes so fast. Oh. It's like, I don't want the program. Okay. So C is so fast, obviously. It's so fast that everything I'm printing out that I want the user to see is just immediately wiped with the next iteration of the menu. I don't... Oh, you know what? Huh. Wait a minute. First off, let me just test something. I'm not even sure if I have it defined there. Where's sleep defined? Okay, so it works. And it stays there for like 2 seconds. I think what I should do is make it to where it's like press enter to continue. I mean, because you don't want to just have it sitting there for 2 seconds and it's like... Also, you probably want some space between them. And you want it to be colored and all these different things. I want it to look really nice. Or at least nicer than it does now. Schrodinger Cato 7. Hello, dog. Hello to you. So Clearwater, nice to see you. Have a good evening. Or whatever time of day it is for you. I'm not sure what time it is, but whatever it is, have a good portion of that day. And then the next portion. Just all the portions. May they be good. Oh my god. Let's see. Well, I want to do something here just like I recommend pressing pass enter there continue. Move out the way. Flush a stream. Oh, this is what I need to do. I need to... Wait, okay, for alpha streams, forces are right, well. What if it doesn't work? I don't even know. Where's that defined at? Wait. Let's try this. So while this not equal to new line, it's not in the file. This should just like erase everything. We'll see, man. Discard. What if this works? That would be sweet. If it doesn't work, it would be not sweet. Ah! Interesting. Interesting. Oh yeah. Just ignore my... Huh. That is neat. Okay. Well, if that's... Oh my god. Okay, that worked. Press enter, press enter, press enter. Okay. So delete and view are still absolutely completely bonk and don't work. They actually have no anything. Oh, I think I actually might get rid of that. Oh, think I might make I think the view habits one is kind of silly because the dashboard shows all the information anybody could reasonably want to see. So for example, we could just say 3, 4, pretty much. Okay. Dude, Ryan's Met gave us an amazing solution to the bug that we were toiling over for an hour. It's Canada Dry to Ryan's Met. All right. So let's address the notebook. Basically, fix dashboard logic happened today. The dashboard was implemented. It does definitely need to be improved, but what's important today is that it works. It is functioning. Does what it's supposed to do. Now, standard and bug. I believe this still exists. We can just test that real quick. Oops, not make. We could test to see if this still exists. I think by just like doing some crazy thing. Okay. Wait, did it not? Is it not a bug? I thought there was a bug here. Delete which habit? Test 1 or test 7. File successfully erased. Let's see if it's true. Holy guacamole. Well, you know, maybe actually this little logic I put down here is actually fixing whatever was happening. Okay, so now this means that it does seem that these options are fully functioning, which is pretty interesting. Oh yeah. Horizon, it looks like a Dovlemaniac just vibe code it, bro. Dude, you might be onto something. Does anyone know about vibe coding? This might be groundbreaking advice you're giving right now. You know, I should also add some... This actually makes me a bit happy because I think moving forward, we can put more effort towards just making this look nice, actually, as opposed to just having it look like a piece of crap but trying to make it work, which excites me. The ASCII custom dashboard. Well, you know, honestly, there's some pretty cool CLI-based apps that, or just programs in general, that look nice. I mean, I'm not skilled with this sort of ASCII art type stuff, but I am reassured by the fact that I do have some functionalities to color text and see. Yeah, I would like to implement just some, like, for example, the window is small. I mean, it'd be cool if it was, you know, bigger, had some more stuff going on with it. It's better than it was the first one ever. It was better than the first iteration, but, you know. Oh, you just finished your shift and heading home? Well, be safe, Black Horizon. Be safe getting home. Separate these by... Oops, I didn't want to exit. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, I need to get rid of like the TXT, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna also just sit and think about some more stuff. This is what my personal one that I've used for a while. This is pretty much all it is. I mean, I have like an average and stuff, but the average isn't even very, I mean, practically useful, to be honest. Oh, Black Horizon, like making a nice UI, and if you want, I could try to contribute something to this. Well, I tell you what, like I was telling, I think it was Clewar earlier, I am planning to make this repository public pretty soon, and if that was something that you had the time to do and the desire to do, I mean, I would not be opposed, would add you as a contributor on there for sure. just trying to think. It just works. I also like, I'm just sitting here thinking. What happens? Huh? That's weird. Huh. Why would that? That's funny. Does that do that every time? What if you say like... Oh, so it was just it was... First you get flagged with invalid input, and then you get flagged with... I'm just trying to see what's going on with this thing. For example, if I say blah 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 this. Okay. I don't really think that should work either. I guess I could make like an about thing. Alright, so a couple... Okay, the standard inbox seems to have gone away for the most part. Well, there's another one I'm noticing, but... let's just... In my notebook here, let's type in... Or type in. Let's write about some observations I'm having currently right now. About this. These are things that I could probably just attack one by one. Okay, so first observation is .txt shouldn't be visible on habit names. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, for example, if I do the dashboard, okay, now it's not doing that. That's interesting. Why was that doing that before? You'd think it would. Why does it allow you to press enter twice is what I want to know. Why can you press enter twice? Okay, that's a question. Again, main is... There's more logic in main than I would like. For example, this... I don't think... I just don't want that there. I want main to be super smooth. It should be super smooth. It's better than it used to be in the past, I ain't gonna lie. But case 1 has more than I want. I mean, like, look at case 3. Case 3 is 2 lines. This is what they should be. I think this is what each case should aspire to replicate, is this sort of simplicity. Oh, I'm out of Fanta. How much Canada Dry do I have? Like, I feel like all of this could be a function. Now, however, I should, to be fair, add... Yeah, no, I should say... I mean, I should do a little bit of error checking. If dashboard... Like, if it's whatever, 0, then I failed to launch it, right? What if I do this? Boom, boom, boom. That's invalid, see? This shouldn't be like that. Okay. Yeah, print header. Oops. I want to get rid of that. Our console is pretty self-explanatory. Oh, okay, I forgot. I was just making observations. .txt shouldn't be visible on habit names. Why can you press enter twice? On adding to this, I can press enter. I can press enter. Then, for example, 3. And get invalid input. And receive error. How about that? And receive error. That shouldn't be the case. Delete which habit? Could probably be contained into one function. Yeah, I think this could be one function. What is get string? Is this a helper? Very well could be. Yes, it is. So I can call this. Okay. Let's try this. Delete habit. We'll take no inputs. Uh-oh. It will take no inputs. Instead, what will happen is this will just be in here. Delete which habit. Okay, file name, bit string. Okay, try buffer string length. If it's buffer size, buffer center null, return null. Okay, replace new line with null terminator. Malik. Oh, wait a sec. Malik. I need to free that. Uh-oh, again. I need to free this. So we're gonna, okay, so this string will be returned. So yeah, this will be freed. Thank goodness I saw this. Okay, this is for iterating over files. Okay, let me just put this crap up here. Data path. If there no failed to. Okay. Wait, so where does file name come in? Okay, here, pretty much. Basically, there's where it's found. Okay. If it's found, I will create the path. Maybe I should say path. One question, where is the string link coming from on line 92? Is the global constant. First off, what is up, R. Bennett? 69420, nice name. And yes, string length is defined in my config file as 24. I can show you. See here, define string length 24. I also have data path defined for the default data path. So then I need to free this. This. I need to free this. Yeah, no problem, dude. So if this is the case, then I can say file whoops, I need to do escape characters. Please. File successfully erased. Make that look a little bit nicer. Yeah, I need to change this here. It should be this. And then I'll have to change oops, yeah, I have it. This will take nothing. Just say the AI Lord informed you I was summoning file names from the void. Well, it wasn't too far off at that point. I was indeed doing it. Okay, so what else? What other observations did I have? TXT should be visible. Why can I press enter twice? And why can I press enter and then 3 and then receive an error? So another observation that I have currently been addressing is main cleanliness. It's always an ongoing problem. I do want to see that this works. So let me try it real quick. Let me try it. Let me create another one. Oops. Okay. Now let me delete. Okay. Worked. Also, I don't want this new line here. Let's add this. Let's just say sweeping up main.c. I would not be so sure to say that the jobs have been taken at this point. But regardless of whether or not a job is taken, it's still fun to do it. Doesn't really matter. Oh, wait, maybe we can. Yeah, Black Horizon. I remember. Well, I think honestly at this point, the AI conversation currently, I think, has exhausted most of us. But yeah, I think we've all at one point thought or have been worried that LLMs would make programming an obsolete profession. But this is just really a knee-jerk sort of reaction to what we see them do. But no matter what an LLM does, I think about it like this. In the past, before them, knowing how to program, knowing the tools you use, and just having a deep knowledge of the field was very useful. Now, in this day and age, if it's true, then an LLM would render it not necessary to know these things. That means there will be more people who have just barely a surface level knowledge of programming, computer science, and computer concepts, which would mean that those who actually have a deeper understanding of such things would become more valuable than before because they will be more scarce. So it's an interesting sort of dynamic. In a way, people who do have a deeper knowledge and can work autonomously will be more valuable than ever before. I mean, how could they not? It's just simple sort of logic. But yeah. And of course, this could be just me coping. I mean, I'm a human who hopes that, things kind of... I'm a human hoping that quality in technology and quality and software will remain a priority. And I think that just in general, for decades, we have viewed, for some reason, there's been some weird paradigm, starting with people like Steve Jobs, where we view tech leaders and CEOs of companies as some prophets of some sort. That these people can predict the future, and that these people know what's going to happen economically in the future. And this just actually isn't even true. And I think we see this on full display with current leaders in Silicon Valley, and especially with the AI company CEOs. Think about all the things, all the predictions they've made over the last 3 years, and look at what has tangibly changed in the last 3 years. How different is your daily life? Yes, there's been disruptions in the workforce. Hey, just joining. What mic am I using on stream? What's up, Code Hackacy? I'm using the Blue Yeti. I got some things here. Jimmy Banny says, why C and not Golang? Golang is obviously the best language. You may be right, Jimmy. I've never used Golang, so I'm ignorant on this topic. I think it's more about being dependent and independent thinkers, since people usually do thinking everything. Yes, Black Horizon. I think this is actually a huge problem. I mean, we don't even need to bring up software engineering or software at all to discuss how people have outsourced their thinking to the language models. It's actually really weird to see it in real time. Let's see. We told us down to think. Yeah, that's what's funny. Oh, yeah. No problem, man. I wasn't like, I didn't think your comments were bad or anything. I mean, they're interesting points. It's the philosophy of Silicon Valley. They want you to worship the machine mindlessly, which they control. That's the thing. I mean, it's put on brilliant display when you look at, for example, Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA. I don't know how he is as a person or anything. He could be fine. He could be whatever. But he was in an interview that was so hilarious because he was sitting there just... You could see him in real time trying to brainwash the public into thinking AI was good, because he's sitting there like, everyone wants it. Like, his quotes were like, everyone wants AI. We want AI in our homes. Everyone wants an AI robot. He goes, if I'm a farmer, I'm using AI. If I'm a teacher, I'm using AI. He's like sitting there trying to cast, like, he's like trying to, whatever you want to say, like, hypnotize. He's trying to like hypnotize the public. It's like, dude, you don't have to try to convince us of these things. And it's like, oh wait, I wonder why this guy would be saying that. It's probably because he's the leader of like a multi-trillion-dollar company. that is like one of the primary companies that benefits from AI. Do you think breaking into tech is still viable, or Silicon Valley dream is dead? No, as far as like Silicon Valley, I don't know. That place seems kind of strange. But breaking into big tech, I think, has always been hard. So I think breaking into big tech has always been a hard thing. And I think another thing that gets swept under the rug in regard to this
topic is what we need to keep in mind is the massive amount of overhiring that companies in all sorts of sectors were doing during COVID. So it's really no secret that companies had become extremely bloated throughout COVID. So we may be witnessing job loss and whatnot in companies, but the fact of the matter is these trends happen just throughout history, no matter what technology is around. And it actually kind of makes sense given the overhiring that has happened from 2020 to 2023 or however you want to frame it. So, no, I don't think anything's dead. I mean, I think if you just decide you want to do something in your life, then you should just try to do it by any means necessary. LLMs are good teachers, though. Good tools as well for boilerplate BS. Yeah, see, Jimmy, I agree with you 100%, actually. I think LLMs are awesome for just having a sort of conversation with and asking questions about topics and just bouncing ideas off of them. It's so nice. I mean, yeah. I'm a student in using AI. I feel I'm CA and using AI. What? Right, he has a vast interest in people stop learning codes so that people rely on AI, which rely on his company's GPUs. Yeah, the train of logic is like 2 steps. That's what makes me laugh. It's like, look, don't be scared about these things. These people, they all have a very high financial incentives to be saying exactly what they're saying. No one can predict the future. No one's ever been able to predict the future. And we shouldn't listen to business leaders when we're, you know, like, you just can't trust anything these people say. No, maybe that's a brilliant name. Thank you. Right. If artists still make money after computers can't exist, then restaurant program and start a job. Yeah. If anything, AI is going to create more jobs for more advanced software engineers at the bare minimum companies. We're hiring people for clearing code, but that's just tip of the iceberg. Yeah, Jimmy, honestly, I think, and I've talked about this before with people I know, and I think it can be interpreted as cope. And I acknowledge that this can be cope, what I'm about to say. But I feel like now there is an angle, or there is a possibility that domain knowledge and programming skill will matter more than ever before in history. This could be true. It could also be false, but it could also be true. And I'm kind of just banking on that because, like, dude, it's cool. This stuff is cool to learn about. It's cool to do. It's cool to learn. Why am I going to stop? What am I going to do then, you know? Just sit around and babysit AI? Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. And I don't think we'll have to. The thing is, like, look throughout all of history. Look through any field and throughout all of history. The people who are the best at the craft, or however you want to define best, but just most knowledgeable, this or that, they succeed. It's like, this is common logic. We can't dismiss common logic and common patterns that we've seen throughout thousands of years humans have been existing in societies and whatnot. It's fine. It's fine. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think that COVID times software engineers were overpaid, overhired, all these things? Yes, dude. Like, people working at Facebook, Google, stuff like this, who are just like making features for apps and stuff, is it a bit crazy that they would make $300,000 a year? Yeah, I can understand that. I think that might be crazy. You know, like, there's different sides to it. And these companies are huge. I learned that I should be the nerd. I'm continuing to code for fun of it. Yeah, dude, what the heck's the point, man? I mean, what's the point of not doing that? Like, just do what you enjoy doing.
I just don't. Well, there's no other reasoning. Of course, people need to make money and whatnot, but I don't think that's gonna go away magically. You know. I gotta use the restroom real quick. I think that open source will die or get into a nuclear winter because the way AI is trained on still on code. I mean, this is an interesting topic. Open source will die. I hope not. Everything's going to turn into the Microsoft Azure Linux. It all comes down to interpretation. You can tell an AI architect system, they don't be anywhere near what you envision. Need to know code either way. Exactly, dude. The idea that has been circulated, as I said, we all know these arguments. We've seen them online for years at this point. But like, the idea that you straight up, like these AI coding platforms, I don't know a bunch of them. Like, isn't like Base 44 one or something? Like these things advertise you don't need to know how to code at all. Sure, there's a market for this. I think there's a use for this. I think that it would be cool if a non-CS person could have an idea and make something. But like trying to market this idea as though it's now just the norm, like, dude, it's just false. That's like blatantly false. It's so false. Like, here's another thing. What is it? I mean, I haven't seen anything that says... I would be interested to see like some real empirical studies, just like pitting totally autonomous handwriting code type people against some AI users, and see like what actually is the outcome. Because yes, we do know that the AI team will produce things faster. This is like pretty much all you hear that I've heard, at least. I don't know, but I would like to see like, you know, what's the quality comparison? I mean, I don't know. Of course you can make things very fast with AI, but should we not look at other things as well? And I'm not saying don't use it ever. I'm not taking this stance. I'm just not. I feel like that stance is a little bit too extreme. I mean, but just the pure vibe coding sort of approach is like, or even just a heavy AI use. Like, does this introduce technical debt that will end up costing much more in the future? Like, are we so focused on the speed at which we can write something and the speed at which we can ship something and say that this is a product now? Is the speed at which we can do that the only thing that matters? I don't think so. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it can write some real quality stuff. I'm not sure. That's just not what I hear. That's not the main argument that I hear for these things. It's just that it's fast. It's fast. It's fast. I mean, sure, it's fast, whatever. But it's like fast food versus Michelin chef food. Yeah. I mean, that's like what it is. Like, this is a good comparison because, like, it's what you're getting when you go to McDonald's. It's shitty. But, like, you go there and get what you know you're gonna get. And that's fine. It's the same thing. But yeah, it's like versus Michelin star restaurant. You know what you're going to get in there too. And by objective measures, other than cost, the Michelin star is better. Right? Just pretty much all around. But the funny thing with AI is it actually might cost more. I don't know. I think if you start getting billed by usage like they're starting to do, it might be a different story as far as the cost comparisons. Using AI defeats the purpose of creativity, just floods the market with trash. Only real stuff will shine. I agree, Jimmy. It does defeat the purpose of creativity. It floods the market completely with trash. Here's the thing. It floods the market with trash and already has, over the past 3 years, flooded the market with trash. And who's going to deal with that? Us. That sounds great, right? Like, who's going to deal with this? Think about it like this. These older software devs, like the senior guys, and the even older business executives, they don't give a crap about... Well, I shouldn't say that a completely blanket statement. I'm sure there's senior devs and stuff. Most of them probably care about this thing. But just primarily talking about these business executives, they do not care about this kind of stuff, I mean, this isn't what businesses care about. Businesses are, they're just for profit. So yeah, it's going to be funny to see us over the next however many years address all this technical debt that's going to be drummed up in the name of innovation and all kinds of crap. It's like, man, I can't wait to do that. Like, that's kind of funny. Who knows? Maybe it'll all work out though. Yeah, once AI models pop, no one's AI bill if paying dev is half the price. Well, here's the thing I'm actually interested to see, because I just recently, we recently see that Microsoft is charging enterprise customers by their usage. And I've heard or read, I guess, articles saying that the actual billing for usage was like astronomical when the companies were looking at it. So I'm wondering if this is true, but it makes sense. You think about it, like, these companies baited the public and businesses by saying, okay, here's your fixed rate subscription, and you can just use this thing pretty much all freaking day long. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, you know what they say about when things sound too good to be true. It's usually too good to be true. So now here they are saying, what are we doing, dude? We say a personal account is $20 per month, and they're using $1 zillion worth of tokens. Why are we doing this? We're not going to do this anymore. But they got people on the platforms. They get people on the platforms, and now who knows? I don't know. Ask Uber's CEO about costly tokens. Uber CEO costly LLM tokens. I'm going to Google this. Uber burns its 2026 AI budget in 4 months on Claude Code. Oh, this is in May. Uber COO says it's getting harder to justify the money spent on AI token maxing. It's like, dude, this is like a movie. This is what business leaders are like. Business leaders, even at top tech companies, they can act like this. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think they get so separated from the craft after some years that they just... I mean, it makes sense. They get separated from it, and then their primary concern is shareholders. It's, you know, profits, and it's totally normal. I mean, but it's so funny to see them. I mean, somebody could have told you this, dude. Based on talks with Uber's senior engineering leaders, he realized higher token usage did not translate into a proportional increase in useful consumer features. That's so funny. The senior devs didn't want the CEO to find out that fast. I was about to say, they're probably living it up. Can you imagine just like senior devs behind the wheel of AI just 10xing? So the Uber AI budget blown code cost $3.4 billion in 2026. Maybe that's why Claude or Anthropic is saying they're going to be profitable for the first quarter. It's hilarious, dude. Alright, what was I doing? So I have a number of observations here about my program. I can press enter, then 3, and receive error. Main cleanliness. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure it's bug-ridden. I mean, you gotta think, when you're talking about enterprise level code bases, I'm not sure. I'm not there, okay? I'm not in these large companies. But I just can't imagine that these AI tools are able to really do some meaningful work in such a large code base. I mean, it just seems like a recipe for disaster. Okay, I think this is working fine. Interestingly enough, I think I have achieved a working copy. Test site. Oh, wait. Hey, full path. Full path doesn't need to be there like that. Well, where was it? This could be fixed to utilize data path from config. Maybe. Me from yesterday had some really bright ideas. What is this? If check, F open. Read. Check if it already exists. True, because if I open it in write mode, I think it would just overwrite it even if it exists. So if then it already exists, file already exists. Okay, that's good. Add template data. Maybe I can put that somewhere. Now it's okay. What if I clean this up and put it in there? Does get string, does it clear the buffer? I think so. I think it does. But also to be free, dude, this stuff is sloppy. Okay, so get string, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this isn't gonna take anything. This will be void. Where's my H? Should have it. Oh, dang it. I knew that was gonna freaking happen. V split. Oh, that's crazy looking. Alright, put everything in the trash. We're going here. Split, include, edit. This can be void. Okay. I think it then amen. Uh-oh. Undeclared first use. That's probably... How about that? Is this good? I hate this warning, so should I get rid of them? It didn't work. Interesting. Why didn't it work? Oh. What? That's weird. Wait a minute, that didn't work though on the first try. Yeah, it did. Okay, I must have did something weird. Okay, so let's delete test 789. You hit gym, and learn more about Cal. Yeah, Black Horizon. Hope you have a good time at the gym, and nice to see you again. Hope you have a good evening. Alright, test 9. I thought test 9 was your. Oh, wait, 79 to 2 test 9. Okay, so add some. The program could use some color. Also, main option window is undersized. About that. It's undersized. I think that's a good way to say it. Okay. Adjust terminal says background music so cozy, dude. What's up, just terminal? Yeah, the music, I've really been enjoying this. It's from a YouTube channel called Welcome Home. I'm going to link. Man, I gotta be honest with you. I feel like it's AI music, but I don't even care. I just linked it in chat. It's really nice. So that gives you some color. The undersized. Can I change font size? I don't know about that. Can I change font size? Oh, no problem. No problem. I've never seen anybody do this. What is this? Wait, how do I ding it? Does it reset? Is it P? Best streak user. Okay. Compiled term info, terminal description. Okay, well, got my observations, made tons of progress on the dashboard. I think this is going to do it for me today. So, oh, yeah, actually a pretty productive day. So I hope everyone has a good evening or wherever you're at. Have a good time of day. And yeah, I'll be back probably tomorrow for a little while, probably earlier in the day. We'll see. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.